Hello, I'm Dr. Josephine Luz Di Pineda, one of the faculty researchers in our university, and I'll be sharing with you how you can conceptualize your research, particularly in education. Usually, one of the common questions that I receive among our students is, how am I going to conceptualize my research? Ma'am, paano po ba makapag-problematize? Ano po ba ang ginagawa para makabuo ng ideas or ng isang issue na pwedeng ma-research? So, this is a typical question that beginners are actually asking us, no, in terms of doing research. So, yan. Ito yung madalas na tanong, paano magsisimula? How will I start? So, madali lang yan, no? So, ganito, may iba't ibang paraan kung paano tayo makapag-start, no, in doing our research. So, kung alam niyo si Alice in Wonderland according to Lewis Carroll, so, we have to begin at the beginning. So, simula tayo sa pinaka-umpisa, and that is how you are going to conceptualize your research topic. So, hindi naman kailangan perfect yung title na gagawin natin, no? So, kailangan lang mabuo natin kung ano yung gusto nating pag-aralan. Ano yung gusto nating i-research. Okay, so, yun nga. Tanong nga, paano? Okay, isa to sa mangilan-ngilan, no, sa mga dapat nating tignan as researchers. So, I have written some, no, na pwede nyong tignan bago kayo talaga magbasa at umpisang magsulat. So, pinakauna is, kailangan alam mo kung ano yung priority ng inyong institution. So, what are its research agenda? What are its research priorities? So, if you are in the higher education, tingnan mo kung ano yung research priorities ng school ninyo. Kung nasa basic education ka, tingnan mo ano yung research agenda ng basic education. Kung nasa iba kang department, tingnan mo din kung ano yung mga priority nila, no, na pag-aaralan. So, and bago naman kasi yan mabuo, no, yung mga research agenda nila, nakaangkla din yan sa mga research agenda ng mga national and international agencies. So, kung example, no, kung nasa university ka, higher education, titignan ng institution ninyo kung ano yung mga research agenda ng Commission on Higher Education. If you are in the basic education, titignan nila kung ano yung agenda ng Department of Education. So, tingnan mo din, silipin mo din, ano-ano yung mga nagagawa at ano-ano yung mga pwedeng gawing research dun sa field ninyo, dun sa area ninyo. Okay? Tapos, tignan nyo din yung sa wider scope, sa international perspective, ano ba yung mga hinihingi ng international community in education, no, ng UNESCO, for example. Maririnig natin ngayon, sustainable development. So, number 4 ang education. Ano-ano ba yung dapat nating i-prioritize, no, sa ating institution, sa ating education, no? So, yan, na-achieve ba natin ang mga to? May problema ba sa ating education? So, yun yung mga titignan natin. So, kung merong mga bagay na interesado kayo sa mga makikita nyong problems doon, no, pwedeng doon ka mag-start. Parang mas gusto kong gawin ang ganitong study. Okay? So, aside doon, tignan mo ngayon kung ano-ano yung mga research trends. Kasi baka matanong ka, anong bago, no? Bakit itong gusto mong aralin? So, ako madalas gagawin ko kapag gusto ko mag-research, pero anong i-research ko? Minsan dumadating din sa amin yung mga ganyang tanong. So, mag-check ako online, what are the current trends in mathematics education? So, makikita mo ano-ano yung mga bagong ganap. Ay, ito wala pang ginagawang ganito sa aming institution. Baka pwede kong pag-aralan sa amin kung okay siya or hindi. Baka pwede ko itong gawin dito. Okay. So, posibleng doon mag-start no? Hindi pa ito masyadong naririnig. Wala pang masyadong nakakaalam nito. Tignan ko nga kung ano yung perspective nila. Tignan ko nga kung ano yung pwedeng gawin tungkol dito. Okay, you can start identifying what are the research trends in your field. So, identify a problem in your field that needs to be addressed. Pwede din ganito. May mga na-experience tayo sa ating practice, sa ating field, sa pagtuturo, sa administration, for example, ng education. Then, you want to address that. You may think of possible solutions. Pwede kang ikaw ang mag-initiate, mag-innovate, no? Pwede kang tumingin from the literature ano yung mga posibleng solusyon pag ganito yung problema, and you can try it out, no? So, that may be a research problem, and you can test if this is effective or not. So, yan, isa na yun, no? Kaya nga minsan, ang ating research problem ay nag-originate based on the practical problems that we experience. Okay? Posibleng ganun. No? Identify a problem in your field that needs to be addressed. Sometimes naman, wala pa akong masyadong alam sa ganito. Hindi, baguhan pa lang akong nagtuturo dito, or bagong salta pa lang ako dito sa school na to, sa university na to. Wala pa akong masyadong alam na pwedeng pag-aralan. So, ang pwede mong gawin, magbasa ka. Magbasa ka ngayon ng mga related literature and studies. Pwede kang gumawa ng mga annotations mo, gumawa ka ng matrix mo para makita mo kung ano na yung mga na-aaral at ano pa yung hindi na-aaral tungkol dun sa mga topics in your field. So, pwede mo kasing i-narrow down Education is very wide. Education is very broad, no? Mathematics, for example, in education, malawak pa rin yan. So, if you may be interested in pedagogy doon, tumingin ka, ano yung mga bago, ano yung mga pinag-aralan na in terms of pedagogy in mathematics, ano na yung mga pinag-aralan tungkol sa mga technology, ano na yung mga napag-aralan tungkol sa assessment methods. So, mag-identify ka kung anong area ang gusto mong tignan doon sa field mo. Okay? Then, tignan mo kung ano na yung mga naaral at hindi naaral, and that is based on your reading. So, pag nakita mo na kung ano yung hindi naaral, actually, makukuha mo na rin yung number 5. You will be able to identify research gaps. So, these are some ways, no, on how you can start. Ito, hindi ka pa nagsusulat. No? Nagtitingin-tingin ka muna, nagmumuni-muni ka muna, ano mga yung pwede kong gawin. So, this is how you can start, no? Pwedeng over a cup of coffee, no? Habang nasa biyahe ka, nagbabrowse-browse ka, kung ikaw ay passenger, no? So, you can check, o kaya, biglang may mga dumaan sa feeds mo, tapos na-interest ka about dun sa mga nakita mong issues, then you check on this. What are the researchable things about this? So, you can start from there. Have this checklist of your identified research problem. Ito yung mga una mong titingnan. So, may na-identify, gusto kong gawin ito. Gusto kong aralin yung tungkol dito. Ang next question is it timely? Napapanahon ba ito? Or baka matagal na pala. Okay? Nagkataon, ngayon mo lang siya narinig, pero matagal na pala siya. Diba? Let's say, for example, hindi mo pala alam yung term na 4.0, Industry 4.0. Bago to Pero where in fact, hindi mo lang pala siya alam, pero matagal na pala siyang nag-i-exist. Yung mga ganon, di ba? O kaya for example, discussion forum. Parang ang ganda ng strategy about discussion forum. Parang bago to Baka bago lang siya sa'yo, pero hindi na pala siya timely. Pero tignan mo, no? Tignan nyo kung ano ang pwedeng tignang area about this particular issue. Okay? So, ang unang tanong, timely ba yan? Kalawa, feasible. Kung gagawin ko to, matatapos ko ba? Makakakuha ba ako ng mga information na kailangan ko? So, is it feasible to work on this? Safe bang gawin ito? Or will I be put in danger? Baka, I'm referring to mga immersions na kailangan mo palang ma-immerse sa isang community na dangerous, no? So, ayan. Basta ang question is it feasible, no? Kung nag-aaral ka, for example, nasa dissertation ka or nasa thesis writing ka, tingnan mo yung time kung hanggang saan yung meron ka at kung magagawa mo yon within that time frame. Okay? Baka hindi kayo matapos. Okay? Another thing, you check on your variables if they are measurable or if you can be able to capture the information, no, required to answer your research problems. So these are three main questions or part of your checklist, no, kapag gagawin ko ba to, no, timely ba to, feasible ba to, measurable ba to. Okay? So that's another thing, right? So I won't discuss primarily, no, the research process, pero may gusto lang akong ipakita dito sa research process na ito. You will see yung initial part, yung identifying research problem and review of related literature. You will see references na sinasabing ang start mo dyan ay magbasa ng literature. Kasi minsan magtatanong ka sa mga researchers or mga teachers, ma'am, paano po makapag-conceptualize ng research? Sasabihin nila, magbasa ka. Totoo naman. So, if you notice yung isa sa mga una kong nabanggit na paraan kung paano nakakapag-conceptualize ng research is to review of literature. Okay? But, prior to that, pwede rin na ang una mong step ay mag-identify ka muna ng research problem. Specifying a problem, it may not be really the specific one, pero pwedeng yun yung gusto mong, ito yung interest mo na gusto mong tignan. Interesado ako sa technology sa pagtuturo. Tingin-tingin ka ng mga technology. Kaya nga papasok doon yung reading. No? Pag may na-identify ka na particular area, doon ka magre-reading. So, tapos, you notice, babalik ka ulit doon sa specifying a purpose for research. Kasi, sa una, broad pa yan. Tapos, pag nagbasa ka, matutulungan ka nito para liit, no? Man-narrow yung purpose ng iyong research. So, ito yung unang tatlo na gusto ko makita ninyo. No? Sa pag-umpisa ng pag-identify ng research, nandito yon, no? Umiikot dito. Mag-start ka sa broad, magbasa ka kung ano yon, tapos hanggang sa ma-narrow down. Ito yung gusto kong tignan. No? Mula sa isang, let's say for example, technology, no, in education, in mathematics education. So, ano kaya yung mga technology? Ano kaya yung mga teaching strategies na may connection sa technology? Mga ganyan. So, nagbasa ka, nakita ko, meron tinatawag na gamification. No? So, ito ay isang strategy ng pagtuturo. Tapos may nakita kang tool. Nakita ko si Kahoot, nakita ko si Quizzes. Baka pwede kong magamit. No? So, nananarrow down ngayon from a wider perspective to what do you call that? Specific, no? Purpose of your research. So, pwedeng mag-start ka doon sa area na interesado ka. No? Or pwedeng mag-start ka, yung start mo sa identifying problem, may nakita kang problema sa iyong field. Hindi motivated yung mga estudyante ko Tingin nga ako ng anong masasabi ni literature, anong mga ginagawa ng mga experts, mga teachers before na may ganitong issues. No? Tingin ka, how do teachers address issues regarding motivation, regarding engagement? So makikita mo yan, no? Dun sa mga list of ways on how to improve students' motivation. Ito hindi ko pa nagagawa, hindi pa namin to nagagawa sa aming classrooms Hindi pa kami integrate ng ganitong model sa pagtuturo. Try nga namin. Okay? So, doon siya, no? Gusto kong i-try yung experiential learning. Gusto kong i-try yung reflective teaching. So, doon, no? Hanggang sa ma-narrow down mo siya. Okay? So, ayun, no? Pag ang reflection questions mo kasi dito, what takes you to this research area? Ito ba ay personal kong interest or problem? Or is it based on my reading of the literature which makes me feel that there are unanswered questions? Ito yung dalawang way, no, na pwede mong i-reflect kung paano ka nag-start dun sa area na yan. Usually, tinatanong naman ng mga panel members yan. Bakit ito yung inaaral mo? Bakit ka motivated to study this? So, eto din yan, di ba? Okay, so, kunwari, no? Wala pa rin, no? Wala ka pa rin maisip. So, isang paraan din tulad ng sabi ko, ay tignan mo nga ng mga research trends in education. So, kung titignan mo yung mga trends, no? Because of the weather, because of the pandemic before, no? Climate change, etc., we have changes in the learning modality, both in the basic and higher education. Nagkakaroon tayo ng online learning, distance learning, TV and radio, popular print, flexible learning, modalities. No? So, are these effective to our students? Tignan nyo, ano-ano yung mga ginagawa ng mga teachers sa mga modality ito. It's a way to check. No? So, another is shift in evaluating students' learning. No? So, move from conceptual to critical thinking type of examination, use of various assessment methods. No? Ito yung mga research area related to how we assess our students. No? Baka meron tayong gustong i-research about academic integrity. How are we going to maintain or to be ensured that we still address academic integrity or academic honesty with our assessment, considering that we have AI, considering that we have the internet, no? So, it may be a point of discussion or investigation how you can address those issues, okay? So, you can also have questions about how you will manage your virtual classroom, no? So, because of pandemic, no, naging popular yung virtual classroom, pero dumating din sa point na meron tayong fatigue, no, sa ating online classes. So then we also have some technology related issues. Pwede mong tingnan yung internet connection, availability of gadgets, no, so yung training ng ating mga workforce, no, mga teachers, etc. Okay, so these are some trends na pwede mong tingnan. Okay. So, TRIA of 2020, no, in the research, to COVID-19 pa, no, 2020, the lens of education in the Philippines. So, it was said that education must strengthen online learning platforms, no, strengthen research and development in health, and program creation and health integration. So, tignan nyo siya, no? Akala natin teaching strategies lang lagi. Online learning platform, meron din palang kasama ang health, no? So, marami tayong pwedeng tignan about health, physical health, no? Nabanggit ko kanina, may fatigue tayo. How are we going to moderate yung ating mga interaction online, no? How are we going to maintain or address mental health issues among our students now that we have this kind of scenario, no? So these are things that we can check into. So you can also check how education system can prepare children for life, not just exams, where and how learning takes place, and tackle inequalities outside as well as inside the classroom. So this is issues, the new normal, the future of education after COVID-19. So that is the research about this. Ito yung mga suggestions niya, no? Meron na kayong review of related literature kapag ito yung mga study niya. Kasi according sa article, no, na the new normal, the future of education after COVID-19, sabi niya, ito yung mga dapat pag-aralan, di ba? So why do we need to research these areas, no? So we are talking about new learning modalities, effectiveness of the policies or programs, interventions, no, in the new normal and the after the new normal rather. So factors affecting students' learning and teachers' effectiveness, the assessment of learning, no, classroom practices, learning environments of students, and work conditions of the teachers and education staff. ito lagi nating problema, no? Lalo na itong work conditions of teachers and education, lalo na if we are experiencing climate change. In the Philippines, we are very, very uh, particular, no, with the heat index, no? Recently we have issues about the heat index, so we are having on off classes, no, online, face to face, so it's a random shift, no, of the modality. So how are we prepared with this? What are we going to do if we have this scenario? So these are things that we need to research with. Okay. So how are we going to help improve the education, no? Through research. So we need to use as the needs assessment and obstructive methods, so yung mga available technologies, no, that we have already, or the available data that we already have, no? Program or intervention effectiveness and action research. So those are the things that I can share with you as you can start, no, doing your research. So again, I hope I provided brief insights on how you can start working with your research. So thank you. Please subscribe in my YouTube channel. So if I can see that my discussions are relatable, workable, or it can help you, then I can continue creating research videos for this particular topic. So thank you and God bless.